Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news, looking at the 3.1.3 live patch, some bits from the audio RtV Special, and some other updates too. We had BrizzCon on the Saturday, where there were some issues with the internet and the stream there, but for the most part it was an awesome event. There were panels, questions answered throughout the day, and after the pub, lots of questions there as well. I'll get a summary up of that info within the next couple of days, and links to the VODs as well. There was a look at the trash scrap areas of Hurston in a newsletter sneak peek. They are starting to look pretty cool, those biomes around Hurston. There are still discount Stardust chips available if you want to buy something on the RSI store, and the Tumbril Cyclone is now permanently on sale. Spectrum 3.7.4 has now been released, allowing custom roles, custom emojis, and blocking. We now have been told that the sound sim in lore is the reason that we can hear in space. So we might better turn that off as well in the future if you want to have a more realistic experience, though, you know, you're playing a game, so I like to hear things. Sound will be very directionally detailed. You're going to have audio cues for combat, wear and tear, and there's going to be debuff audio too, so things like flashbang, and they're going to damage your hearing briefly at the very least. They are working towards projecting realistic player voices in the game as well, and they're very excited about that. Be sure to check out 3.5's roadmap. That's the first planned release of 2019, Alpha 3.5. I've linked a video below for that too, where I go in a lot more detail about each of the mechanics that are going to be in 3.5 and the changes to the current roadmap. Patch 3.1.3 is now live. It has bug fixes for AI pilots occasionally going into idle states. The larger Revel and York personal hangar for 5+ size ships is now able to be loaded again. They've fixed 3 client crashes, they fixed 9 potential server crash causes, they fixed 2 fatal error crashes, and fixed some memory crashes. There is also a PTU server running patch 3.1.3e, which is actually technically a newer version. This has added additional logging to track crash stuff. So it looks like it might become the norm to have a live and PTU patch up all the time running parallel, with heavier testing and logging on those PTU servers. The live 3.1.3 patch is fantastic though. It's much more stable both client and server wise. Ships are better at flying and aiming, it seems. Frame rates are pretty reasonable, 30 to 50 for me in the persistent universe. If you crash, you can typically rejoin exactly where you left off now, not all the time. And sometimes it doesn't spawn you in the right place. There are still bugs, there are still issues, but it is very fun, it is very playable, and I'll get a full state of the game up from my point of view and my opinion for 3.1.3 later this week. When I talk about frame rates and stuff, it's going to be a mixed bag based on how many people are on your server, what your rig is and stuff, but frame rates have significantly improved for me since 3.1 came out, and with these smaller patches and hotfixes also being put out there too. Every month we have a giveaway for Star Citizen. For this April, it's a massive salvage ship, the Aegis Reclaimer, provided by our featured app, My Radar. My Radar is a free weather app that also includes full-scale maps of the 3 moons of Crusader, including Yela, Sullen and Daymar. Users can scroll around the interactive maps and zoom in to the landscape to see the geography of those moons. My Radar is available in the US, Europe, Japan, South Korea, and coming this summer to Australia. It is a real-life weather app as well, so you can see the weather in your general area and in those countries too. It's available on iOS, Android, and Windows. Please check it out in the links below if you are interested. But to be in for a chance of that Reclaimer, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my videos throughout April. Each video gives you another chance to win. Do you have any questions about Star Citizen, its development, gameplay mechanics, suggestions for videos, whatever? Chuck them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. A special thank you to my Patreons who allow me to create the amount of content I do. If you're interested in becoming one of them, please find the links to Patreon as well as everything else was discussed down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help me, and I'll see you in the verse.